Hello and welcome to TCG 353. This is Jamie here, and today we're playing Blue Yellow Nami, which is a hugely competitive deck in the meta at the moment. So we're going to run right into games now. I have 4 games lined up from the ranked ladder, and we're going to see how it goes. Enjoy these games. First game up against Purple Enel. We choose to go first to take their curve away. Don't have anything to play on first, so we pass. Our opponent plays out an Ohm, draws 1 card. We play out a Young Girl and choose to trash the Perona to get the Triller Bark. Effect active in our trash, swing 7, draw a Kikunojo, and we pass. Our opponent swings 5. We're aware that they can swing either a 6 or a 7 with the Ohm. So we are going to straight away trash and take this double attack because we know that we're going to be able to get some triggers off it. We don't use this trigger effect for the reason that we want to keep our Peronas in hand for this matchup. Play out the Nami, attach 1 Don to leader with the effect, take a look, opponent takes 1 life to hand, and we use Young Girl effect to attach another to leader, swing 7. Our opponent plays out the big boy Enel, which is, it's actually fine. That doesn't bother us too much. We're going to trash a Kikunojo for the 7k effect, and our opponent's thinking how much Don can I attach to this dog, and the answer is a lot. We counter out of this, so we're 7k, so 2 and a 1. See, we keep the Unblockable in hand because that could be useful later for closing out the game. The importance for us not taking that swing, by the way, was that our Nami or our Robin is online. If you have 0 life, the Robin effect doesn't work. So what we're going to do now is play out that Robin. We swung 6, they took, which is telling, but we don't want to go full in on anything yet. Play out the Robin, heal 1, and use the Young Girl effect. They swing 5, we use leader effect straight away, and again they use the Ohm, or they use the Holy, and this time we're going to take it because we can't die this turn. And we're hoping for some trigger effects, which we get. We get the Perona trigger from life and freeze their Enel, which they don't like to see, of course. That's why this Blue Yellow Nami is so good into this matchup at the moment, is for this Perona. It's a brilliant card against Enel. Anything that freezes is great because Enel is low power and can't be removed. Our opponent starts manipulating Don in such a way that it goes into our Perona. We don't give that up, because having a body on board is more useful, and we let the Young Girl go. Now we're on our 9 Don turn, we're deciding what to do. We can raw play the Perona if we choose to and freeze the Enel. That is something we can think of, but for the moment now we are just going to swing 8, see what the opponent does. Since they took last turn and it was a 6k turn, this is what I mean. They took last turn and it was a 6k. So the temptation is to swing all in here, but we know we're good for another turn since we have that Perona. So what we're going to do instead is play this a little bit safer and heal up. Use the Gecko Moria, deploy that, and we take out our Onion body. I forget what this guy's name is. We take out the Onion and we put him at the top of life with the aim of trashing 1 Perona next turn, or using 1k counter for Perona for the effect, and then we'll have a Perona in hand to be able to freeze one of their swings, either the Holy or the Enel would be ideal, or the Ohm. The Perona right now is so active, or so our opponent is thinking. The double attack for them would be really nice at the moment, and that's what they go for, and we are going to counter out of this because it guarantees that we can't die unless they get some. No, it pretty much guarantees it because we have this to freeze their Enel, confuse and trigger effect sequence in there. We have this to freeze their Enel, and they can, if they choose, I mean, if they had a bunch of Altors, maybe they could have done something, but we still have 7k counter in hand, and we're a 7k leader. It's very hard for them to do anything here. So our opponent is considering things. It does have a lot of cards in hand, and Enel does have nice counters, so I mean it could be defensive, but it's just not looking likely for our opponent here. Swing 5 into Perona, we're just not going to let it go. We don't have to, and our opponent gives up. Good game. First match against Purple Enel, and now our second match against Red Blue Lucy, which is another contender in the meta at the moment, second most played deck. And we are going second, play out the young girl on curve, give one down to leader to activate leader effect. And now our opponent is searching. You see they drew the Sabo, so it's playtime for them now. We trash a card to get 7k with a leader. We trash a Triller Bark to get that active. Play out the Onion and swing 6. Opponent takes, and we draw Gecko Moria, which is very, very useful. Our opponent uses Buff Burst, which is techy enough. You don't often see this in the deck. Opponent swings 6. We consider what to do here. We actually take this, use the trigger effect from Gecko Moria to play the Kikunojo, which is very, very useful for us at the moment. Swing 7 with Kiku. Play the waiting game, play out the Onion, and we swing another 7. So far our curve is very strong. Our board state is much better than our opponents. They can't swing into this Kikunojo or KO it, but they can bottom deck it. We see that come up with the Barrier Pistol. And now we are considering what to trash. For the counter, we trash a Robin because our 8 on and 10 on turn are set up. So now we are going to swing 5 blank. See what the opponent does. Should just give us a counter or a block. They choose to block. Play the Gecko, deploy the Onion rather than swing with it, or rather than put it to top of life. And pass turn. Putting it to the top of life there wouldn't have got any value because, or other than just being a heal, we would rather it be on the board for the extra swing. Our opponent now is choosing what to do. Swings 9 into life with no trigger and trigger effect off that with a double attack, which is very strong. We take it, which is fine. Get the search for the Robin off life, which might not come up, but it is useful to have in hand for effect nonetheless. It's just an extra card really. Swing 5. We could math out different turns, but at the moment we want to keep our down open to keep our opponent guessing. Maybe they'll block out of some things. We can swing big into it with our Moria, which we would love to do, to be honest. But they don't block out of anything because the threat of the Moria is there. And now we put 2 down on leader, another down with young girl effect, play out the new gate, draw 2 trash 1. Our hand is now filling up with a lot of counter. We swing 8 and they're still too afraid to block because the Gecko would take it out. So they had 2 blockers up that turn and they couldn't block it all because we had a big body on board. That's very good for us. It's good for the deck in general. We play a lot of big bodies and it's essentially stopping them from using the cards that they have that make Lucy such a great deck. Uses Buff Burst, draws 2 with the effect, and an additional effect with leader draws 3, and then uses the Memento card to play out a Cavendish and draw 2, trash 1. Has a Rebecca to search. Swing 6, we are going to trash for this, absolutely. Put it down under Rebecca, so now they have 3 blockers up, 1 Rebecca, and a bunch of other nonsense. We swing 5, and now a 10. Keeping down up because we think it's important. Because this play is pretty nice, we are going to play 1 Borsa, heal, swing 6, play another Borsa, and leave our Whitebeard up. In a world we could, if we wanted to, swing with the Whitebeard. We choose not to that turn. It's just useful to have an extra blockers. I mean, we're against a deck that rotates blockers like nothing else, and we're actually at the moment have more blockers on board than Lucy, that never happens, to be honest. Not playing against Lucy, and it doesn't really, especially with this Rebecca becoming the blocker now. They swing 7 into life, we take this. We're in a position where we can, so we're happy out. We also have a Robin in hand to heal, so at the moment we are just going to swing, choosing between leader and Cavendish. If we swing into Cavendish, then our opponent really does want to block out of it, and we want to burn their blockers now. We're not too bothered about the life state at the moment because we can heal 1 more and we know we won't get any crackback next turn, so we'd like to get this Cavendish away to just stop their draw engine that they can have. So the opponent leader uses the block to defend against the Newgate swing that we have. We are thinking about what to do with Young Girl. I think what we'll do is play out another one, draw and trash. What do we get? We get a Perona, which is useful enough. So we choose to get rid of the Robin or the Nami in hand, which is dead weight at the moment. Swing 7. They can block with this. I don't know why they choose not to. Maybe they're just looking for cards at this stage because their hand is very, very thin. Ours is thick, and we have 4 2Ks and 2 1Ks. We're in a very, very strong position. We take this because we want them to swing blockers now, because I mean, we can just play forever if this Lucy gets their way, if they keep their blockers standing up. We get a baby 5 trigger effect, draw 2, and then we're considering what to do here. We're going to start attaching down to our big characters to prompt them to block, or to take rather. The hope there is that they don't have 3k counter in hand, but they have a bunch of blockers. So rather than taking the block and losing a character, they'll take the life and then have all the blocks left, but we have an unblockable in hand. Good game to our opponent. They got caught. This is our second Lucy matchup. This one goes on a bit longer. Our opponent is a more contemplative player, so when you see the opponent's turn, I've sped this up a lot. It might be a bit hard to commentate on it exactly. It'll be a bit like Busta Rhymes. We play out Young Girl. Our opponent plays out the Bella Betty to start their turn. They search out the Sabo, which is good. Young Girl, draw 1, trash 1, and we attach it onto leader with another additional land. So we swing 7, they take. Our opponent swings 5 of us, which we're not going to take, and we use leader effect on the onion to become 7k. Our opponent plays Memento, draws 2, trashes 1, plays out Cavendish, and draws another with leader ability. We actually pull the Nami, so we're going to use that effect. The opponent takes a life to hand, attach it onto leader, and with Young Girl we attach another onto leader, so we swing 7 very naturally, and we take a card out of their hand. They give us 2k and a 1k, which is great for us. We consider what to do here. Not really, we just use leader ability immediately. Cavendish swings, we block out of that, and 5k into 7k doesn't math. We use the Robin quickly, and we attach 6 to lead and swing 6 into life. The Cavendish is great for them at the moment for their hand size, but really we're just wanting to swing into opponent's life because their life total is much lower than ours. So we do want to keep up the aggression that way. We choose to counter out of this again, so we trash the Young Girl for a 7Ks to avoid taking more damage. We draw into the Searcher, pull out the Gecko Moria, deploy Perona to freeze their Cavendish and swing 6. Very, very strong turn. Cavendish is always going to swing for them, so it's always going to be offensive, whereas Lucy's, like we saw in the last game, don't commonly swing their Sabos. Speaking of, they have search for a Sabo, so guess what their turn's going to be next? Drum roll. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Oh wow. Our opponent chooses not to Sabo and instead swings 7 with their Bello Betty. We take that out of the kindness of our hearts. We're searching here. We'd really like a Gecko Moria, but instead we pull a 2k off the top, which is still valuable to us. We're just going to poke here now, try and get rid of these Rebeccas and whittle down their hand size a little bit. We are going to use that Robin pretty much all the time this turn, which is very useful for us. Because we add a life to hand, we use the Zeus effect, and it's like it's neutral pretty much. We're still at 3 life, and we're able to KO the Cavendish, which is very strong. Our opponent gives us 1 block, gives us another block. So now we are 3 life, a wide strong board, and our opponent is trying to catch up really. We're looking to see what we have in trash, and we just let it go. We also let our other body go as well, because our 2 big characters are out. Trash the Nami, it's not really going to come up again, and we search, we get the Robin, and the pain train continues. They have 2 blockers up, we swing 7, which they can 2 and a 1 use use a stage if they'd like to, but they can't use the 1 cost ace event, or the 1 cost minus 3k power event, because that's only to characters. So our opponent will have to give us two cards in hand, which they choose to do. And right here, there's no real point of us swinging AK because they can block for free, but it is a bit of a skill check. Maybe our opponent wants to draw. So we pass. Sped this up a little bit. This is when our opponent starts really thinking. As Lucy players do, they draw so much, so our opponent probably just had a lot of cards to choose from. Chooses the Sabo Shock. We don't use the trigger effect off that Gekomori there because we need a boss card for next turn. We'd like one at the very least. And we take another hit, so our opponent now has 3 blockers up and 2 life. We played Gekomoria, add the bear to the top of life, use 2 young girls to swing 7 with our Nami for essentially free. See what our opponent does, free blocks, which is fine. And we attach 2 to Robin and swing. If they do want to counter out with Sabo, they'd have to give us a 2k. And if they counter out with Rebecca, or if they block Rebecca, which they do, then the Rebecca's gone. That's very good for us. The Rebecca actually in these matchups is very pesky because it means we can't swing into their Sabos consistently. And speaking of Sabos, they're after getting another Sabo. So we take this hit, and now, to be honest, now we just really want to take hits because it's getting tiring, and we just want our opponent to drop down some blockers so we can put on some real pressure. And that's what we're going to do this turn. We attach 2 to Robin, basically saying if you're going to block with Sabo, give us 2k, blocks with Robin instead, which is fine. We have another Robin to swing with, which is very strong. And we choose to swing 11 here, basically saying it's a 2 and a 1 if you're going to free block with Sabo, or you can give that that event if you do have it in hand, or maybe you're bluffing. So we're just asking questions here. They take this, we choose to use the Borsa effect, young girl, then attach it onto our leader and pass the turn. So we are in a pretty strong place. They can't swing into our Robins. They do have 4 blockers, and they pull out that Memento event to draw 2 trash 1, but they play out a 2k, which I don't agree with at all. They swing 9 into us, and we warn our opponent that they'd want to keep in mind that the time is a real threat for them at the moment. Like that could be what loses them the game here. Swing 11, we're asking for a 2 and a 1 if they want to block. Our opponent chooses to type, so we're waiting here. It's a difficult deck to pilot, which is fair enough. They use the event, okay. So now what we're thinking is distributing our Dawn in a way that we want to not give them free blocks. We want to take cards out of their hand as well. We are in a very, very good spot with the amount of counter we have in hand. What is that, like 13k? And we have that Sanji Unblockable in hand as well for our characters. It's also a blocker, which is very useful defensively as well. So now we're in a position here where we can't attach Dawn with the young girl. So we're thinking, will we use Perona, freeze this Cavendish, and attach 1 Dawn to our leader to get leader effect, or will we just play Borsa? We choose to play the Borsa. We have 2 blockers up, 3 life. Our opponent has 6 swings potentially, but we have enough counter to absolutely counter out. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to counter out. We allow them to swing into us first, and now we are in a position where we can swing, and our opponent might not be able to block out because of lack of counter or something like this. Swing 11, our opponent gives us a 2 and a 1. Okay. We attach 1, and our opponent gives us, he's thinking, gives us 2k, and we can't math win now, but what we could do potentially is 9k and hope that our opponent gives us a counter for it. This here is a slight misplay. We were hoping for, see, our opponent draws 2 cards, which is a bit scarier for the math. We were hoping to give our leader unblockable. It's actually characters. We didn't read the card, which is unfortunate. So we should have swung with Nami first, and then went 7k unblockable with Porcelino, but them drawing 2 cards, that made that very risky. but we have the counter for it, for their barrage here, and we counter out successfully. Last game is a fun game, not exactly meta, but it is a deck that comes up, and so we're going to run through it really quickly. We're playing against Teach. We go first, we search for the first turn. We are able to search into the Nami, who I was hoping to get. Our opponent pulls a Lafitte, which is cool. We swing 8 at the leader, they take, and we draw a card. We draw this Unblockable Sanji, which we're hoping can come up later because we know that 10 cost Teach is an aggressive card. And our opponent searches, okay, is looking. They find the Kuzan, which is a very important card in this deck. By the way, Blackbeard is such a cool deck. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Blackbeard character support for the OP16 Blackbeard card. Our opponent doesn't use Black Hole there, which may have been an error. So we are able to get the Nami ability off. Our opponent takes a card to hand, we attach it on, and we swing 6 into Lafitte. Potentially our opponent could have blocked out of that, but chooses not to. Swings 5. We're thinking on whether we just want to draw off this. We do. We get a trigger off it. We're going to play out Perona. The freeze doesn't matter. It's just nice to have a body on board. And that's what we have now. We have 2 bodies on board, and we're going into our 7 on turn, I believe. Our opponent trashes with the full of lead, trashes out Black Hole and plays Kuzan. Now we are Black Hole, so we pivot. We'd rather play the Robin on curve, of course, but we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing 6 with lead, 6 with Perona, and we'll wait for the trigger. Our opponent's searching, and we'll swing 7 with our Nami, which they counter or which they block out of, and we play the Kikunojo raw. And now our board state is very, very strong, and we have counter in hand to be able to protect our characters, which we will. We want this big board because we want to go aggressive into life next turn. Our opponent is choosing, so of course there are different options for them to do. It depends what Blackbeard engine they're running. They could be a removal Blackbeard. Doesn't give much information away. We trash the Robin for the 7k. Probably not going to get to use it this turn, and our Gecko Moria is a bigger body in terms of stats, so we'd rather have Gecko Moria than the Robin. They trash the Kuzan, draw a card, pull out the Sniper, the Van Augur, and KO our Perona with Stronger as well. Play with another Kuzan and a blocker, swing 7. We take, get a trigger effect, play with the Onion, pass. Quickly check if we can KO Kuzan with Zeus. We can't, so what we're going to do now is just start swinging again. Attach 1 Don to leader. We're on our 9 Don turn. We do want to play out this Moria because it's just big and strong, but instead we choose to pressure life. Look, they have 3 cards in hand, and we have a lot of swings. They can block, of course, but it's not scary for them to block. So what happens here now is we're considering, will we play out the Borsa? We will, so we'll swing 6 again. Our opponent takes, our opponent's now on 0 life, turn 5, and we have a huge wide board and enough cards to defend it. And we have a blocker to boot. They can't really swing into our Kiku because they'll give us life, and then the Nami will flip the life up and we'll play out another Nami as well. So our board is sort of invincible. I mean, you can't swing into the Onion either. So they have to swing life, and our leader ability is active. For the moment, if they choose to play a 10 cost Teach, it will be inactive, which they do choose to do. But I mean, now what they have is 5/5 and a 6. We have counter for all of that. We can choose to take 1 as well, which we probably will. Oh no, we'll just use leader ability. And we don't have leader ability. Forget that. We will counter, and see what they bring up with this Kuzan. The Nami in hand isn't doing much for us anymore, so we trash it for counter. I just realised that I was eating the camera with my face. I hope that's not too provocative. We trash the bear, and now we're considering what to do. The Sanji isn't online because it's an on-play, and our on-plays are not active, so we're just going to start swinging 5s and just swinging chumps and seeing what happens from that. The 10 cost Newbeard or Whitebeard, while it doesn't have the attached on effect and the draw 2 trash 1, all that good stuff, it is a 12k blocker. So we would like to put that up, and that's exactly what we'll do. And we'll end turn. It would have been beneficial to swing with the Robin and swing with the Borsa as well. We could have possibly got this the lady off the board. I forget what that card is called. The 5 cost 6k blocker banish double attack, because the banish or the double attack could come up. Well, I suppose it'd be kind of hard with the blockers we have up. So we'll see what the opponent does. They choose to nullify the Borsalina as a blocker. So now we have 1 blocker up, 2 life, but we can still use leader ability. We choose not to block this. We're just considering, okay, what way can they split here, because the double attack is scary. We take, and we get a Perona trigger, or a Trillabar trigger, pull out the Perona, and we choose to freeze the double attack banisher. Part of that is for the double attack and the banish, the other part is to incentivize them to block. And our opponent says GG, we say GG, and it's all well in the world. This is Blue Yellow Nami, an absolutely nuts deck. Really so much fun to play because it's so strong. You can be aggressive, you're gaining life while you're attacking, you have unblockables, you have heal, you have fun triggers, you have removal, you have so many tools. It has positive matchups into some of the best decks in the meta at the moment. Yeah, that was a bit of ranked for you guys anyway. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I can do better. And if you want to keep watching me, just hit the subscribe button. I'm posting every day pretty much, and I'm really enjoying doing it so far. Hope you're enjoying watching the games. I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.